Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red My Block Show. This your girl KeyIce, and we got my co-host.
Grandmaster bass Monstar, whose mic is muted.
It wasn't. You gotta
Yeah,
repeat that.
here it
I
is.
just heard whose
Hey,
mic is muted.
Grandmaster bass Monstar, my mic is unmuted now. Welcome.
All right, that's what I'm talking
Welcome to the
about.
Red My Block Show, y'all. Wow,
I'm
it's
good.
so
How you doing today?
I'm good. The music is still playing on my side. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like I'm hearing you and the music. That's crazy.
It's one of them days. Uh-oh.
It's all good though. You know how we do. We roll with the punches, man. The punches
Yeah, we
come and we
wrote.
uh, uh, you know.
Right. Yeah, we definitely roll with the punches. Y'all, we have a great show in store today. We have a special guest in the building that we will bring up real shortly. Um, and it's actually, it's that time of year where we're doing a lot of different promotional things. And one of the things we're doing right now on the Freestyle Friday show, which is our sister show, I'll call it our sister show, but it is Freestyle Fridays. If y'all haven't seen it, it airs every Friday, 8:30 p.m. Central, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And so right now they're doing a special series for the whole year of 2026, and they're doing a takeover, state takeover. So for all 50 states, each week they're featuring a different state. So artists freestyling from different states. And so we're actually going out on the internet and we're actually looking for the best artists out of those states. So um, it's really cool. Really excited that we're doing this. And we actually have one of the artists for Colorado in the building today. And his name is Shinobi. And we're going to go ahead and welcome up to the stage. And we're going to chop it up with him. And I have to get the claps ready. Okay, here we go. Here's the claps. Welcome to the stage, Shinobi.
Yo, what's good? What's good? How y'all doing?
How are you doing? Oh, we're doing great. How are you
Doing good.
doing?
I'm doing all right. You already know we living and maintaining. Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah.
All right, cool,
Yes.
cool, cool. Yeah, yo, it's just another day in paradise, you know. We just gotta dial in the dream, trying to make it happen, right?
Oh, yes, most definitely. Welcome to the Red My Block Show. And, on our show, we like to start off with asking you. I mean, I personally know what block you rep, but can you let everybody know what block you repping today? What city? Like what you repping today?
That's a fact. That's a fact. So I'm coming out of Tampa, Florida, man. East side, shining like a mug. You already know, man. But I'm definitely repping right now. I'm out of Denver, Colorado. That's where my home base is right now. This is where I'm pretty much doing everything I'm doing right now is in Denver. But shouts out to the home base, the true home base, Tampa, Florida. You feel me?
Okay, that's what's up. Nice. I'm feeling
Yeah.
that. I'm feeling that. And okay, well, I mean, obvious first question actually, how did you get to Denver from Tampa? Like what prompted you to move to Denver?
Man, that's a crazy story. That's one of the stories I got from most people who I meet out here. It's a long story, but long story short, I wasn't really I wasn't really feeling the vibe of what was going on at the time. I left about 10 years ago. So at the time, shit was really rough. Excuse my French if I can't curse or not, but things was a little rough and stuff like that. There was a lot going on in the city. And I kind of just felt like I needed to get out. So me and my homies, we just took a little road trip. We went to Cali, we went to New York, and we went everywhere in between, you know. But on that route, we stopped through Colorado, and I'm like, man, I ain't gonna lie. If I was to ever like stay somewhere else, man, it'd probably be Colorado. It's chill out here, you know. And then just being on
Wow.
the road some more, I was like, you know what? I'ma just go to Colorado. I don't know nobody out there, but I'ma just make it happen, you know. And 10 years later, here we are, still here.
Wow. Wow, that's just man, that's so interesting how you did. Wow.
Yeah,
I never
crazy,
would have thought
crazy
that.
story. Nah,
Okay.
crazy story for sure. Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes people aren't willing to like just get up one day and just be like, man, I'm thinking somewhere else, you know, and then really make that move. That's hard to do sometimes, you know, for a lot of people. But just the circumstances under which what I had going on back home, it kind of led up to that decision, you know. And it's a lot more that was behind that for sure. I don't want to get too much into it, but there was just a choice
Yeah.
to leave, you know. And from there, I feel like my life really started to shine once I kind of made that. I guess you could call it leaving the nest, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I feel you most def. And as far as like the music side of things, from compared to Tampa, Florida, because those are totally different vibes. So like, what has your experience been like? Just the differences, just experiencing the differences between the two, and like what parts of each one do you like better?
Between like Denver and Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge, like, it's a big difference in all aspects, you know, cultural, like it's so many different aspects as to why both of those places are different, you know. Tampa, I can't say whether which one I like more, you know, because I done fell in love with both cultures, both how it is on this side and how it is. It's basically East versus West, you know. So it's completely different on both sides.
Mm,
But
yeah.
I mean, by default, you know, I got to give it up to the home base. You know, like ain't nothing like Tampa, Florida. Ain't nothing like the city. But music wise, it's completely different. You know, it's a lot of club stuff. It's a lot of turn stuff in Florida. A lot of hard rap, a lot of trap rap. You know, it's a lot of that going on out there. And then when you come out here, you know, you got a lot of different influences. You know, you got the Detroit influence out here. You got the California influence out here. You got a Texas influence out here. So it's a melting pot out here as well. So it's kind of one of those things is where you allow yourself to immerse in all of it, you know, and kind of soak it all in like a sponge and just don't really get too what's the word I'm looking for? Can't be pessimistic about anything, you know, just gotta be
Yeah.
optimistic to anything that comes in your surroundings, you know.
Oh, okay. Yes, I feel that for sure. I mean, especially just the fact that you're in a totally different environment. I mean, I know it's been 10 years now and it's home to you, but I definitely get it. I could just imagine that. But yeah, I do also want to ask you because I noticed something interesting on your Facebook profile. You have a phrase on there: "Hip hop never died." Can you
Right.
elaborate on what you meant by "hip hop never died" as like a fan? From a fan's perspective of hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just comes from the perspective of a hip hop head, right? Looking at the game for what it is, you know. And there might be some out there who say, you know, with the state of the hip hop industry, you could say hip hop is dead, you know, and it's more of whatever they might want to call it now. But as someone who kind of holds true to this hip hop stuff, it's never died. You know, like one thing about this whole rap hip hop game is it started with this hip hop. You know, so even when everything else fades out and trends settle down and stuff like that, hip hop's gonna be right there. It's been there from the jump. It'll probably be there, like I say, when the rest of the stuff fades. You know, so it's kind of just something that I feel as a hip hop head that like you could never the mass could never, you know, coerce you into thinking that hip hop is dead or real rap ain't dead or nobody wants to hear lyricism and stuff like that because it's just false, you know? It's just false.
I feel you on that. And I mean, who would you say are your musical influences, like with your music?
It's kind of spread out, you know, for sure. But definitely, you know, big ups to Nas, Big L, Tribe Called Quest, you know, De La, Far Side, like real hip hop stuff, you know. And then that spreads out all down the east coast, you know, from Georgia, you know, Ti and Outkast and everything they had going on down there to everybody that has something going on in Florida too, you know. Rick Ross, Trick Daddy, shouts out to Trick Daddy, that's my fam right there. Shouts out to Trick. Kodak, you feel me? Just I got a lot of influences, you know, and I, like I say, I try to take everything and soak it all up and kind of create my own little formula, you know, in the way that I approach the track. But definitely, definitely big East Coast influences all up and down the board, you know.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, cause like hearing your accent, actually when I first heard your accent, if I didn't know where you're located or where you're from, I would definitely think you're like from like further up north, like New
Well,
York, New
yeah,
Jersey.
so I'm originally born in Newport News, Virginia. You feel me? So I'm
Okay,
originally born up
Virginia.
north.
Okay.
I spent about half of my childhood out there.
Uh huh.
Got in our house actually caught fire when I was a kid.
Oh
So
no.
we ended up moving down to Florida, and then shit ended up working out from there. So then we ended up staying in Florida, and
Oh
that's
okay.
pretty much half my childhood up north, other half of my childhood in Florida.
I
Then,
see.
like I said, about 10 years ago, made the journey out west. So that's as they like to say.
Okay. Okay. That's what's up.
But
And
yeah, no, I get a lot. I
yeah.
get I get the accent thing a lot. That's why
Okay. I
I spoke
bet.
about it
Yeah.
because I get that a lot. Like, yo, you from
Uh-huh.
Florida, but it's a mix. If you know where I'm from, then a lot of stuff I'm saying, Floridians, they're gonna be like, yeah, I understand, bro. And then
Uh-huh.
it's got the up north East Coast vibe to it too, because that's just where the influence come from. That's where I spent half of my life. Like, it's a mix of it. It's a
Yeah.
mix. And it's really crazy because people out here in Colorado, they don't think they got an accent, but they can hear everybody else's accents. But they got an accent out here, and it's crazy. And the people in Colorado don't think they got an accent. Don't shoot the messenger, but I'm just saying, y'all got an accent, and it's
Uh-huh.
you can hear it. They think you can't hear it out here, but I think that's kind of funny because just like you can hear my accent, we can hear yours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. And so like music wise with your music, have you is there certain music that you did when you were in Florida that had like more of a, like a down south Florida vibe? Like have you changed
Yeah,
your
yeah, for
okay.
sure. Definitely. I changed the approach to it. Now, like I said, I've always been like hip hop with it.
Right.
But just growing up in the environment I was growing up in, for sure, as a young up and coming artist who's still trying to find his way, yeah, you're gonna kind of emulate the sounds that are around you for sure. And especially when you partake in that lifestyle too, it's like you really just rapping about the stuff that you live in. So yeah, I'd say like, you could go to my SoundCloud for anybody who wants to go check my SoundCloud out. It's Marquise Merritt One. Go check that out on SoundCloud. But it's got a lot of my old stuff, like 2013, 2014. You feel me? Like back when I first started recording music and stuff. And it definitely had a different sound to it. But I had to craft my flow. I had to find who I was as an artist. Like who
Mhm.
I wanted to be and who I wanted to also project myself as well. Like so that took a little time for sure. So you could say, yeah, for sure. Some of the stuff back from back then,
Uh-huh.
but it ain't too far off because even then it's still got mad lyrical content to it. I just did it a different way. But I had to hone in on my craft, like I said, and that's why I'm at where I'm at now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's the transition. I mean that's really interesting the way you described it because I think a lot of artists that do tend because like right now I'm in San Antonio, Texas, and like we get a lot of artists from different areas and they seem to kind of do the same, but the way you described it makes more sense because you said to kind of like because it's like where you're at because you know what they're listening to out there, so it's
Right,
like you
right.
kind of I get it. Okay,
Yeah,
I get it.
sure.
Most
It's
that
kind of like understand your surroundings and stuff like that.
exactly. Read the
Sure.
room, right?
So
Right.
read the room. Read the room.
Okay, that's what's up. And so do you feel like you do have like you're comfortable with your sound right now, like is like the type of music you're doing now, that style, is that you're going to stick to that or do you plan on like
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for
switching
the
it up?
like, nah, for the most part. And then when
Mhm.
when when I say if I say I switch it up, that just
Mhm.
means like show the versatility in it.
I
Like if you
see.
look, if you look at my tape that I just dropped, Street Stories Volume One, the
Hmm.
first song to the second song is completely different. Like
It
from
is.
what you would expect. And that was coordinated. I wanted to instantly show like the versatility from this to this. I put it like this. Track number one would be Shinobi, Florida, like me in Florida, like the way I was making music in Florida. Track number two
Okay.
is like the artist that I grew into. Like
Yeah.
the way I attack the flow, the things that I'm saying, like I wanted to show that difference right there between the first track and the second track. And then from then on, there's 8 tracks on it. It just shows the versatility throughout, you know. And there's another one that just switches it up on people, and they thinking they finna hear some, you know, boom bap hip hop shit the whole time, and then you get caught with another like speedy, you know, fast rap, like dope lyrical content, you know. So,
Yeah.
but I say for now, yeah, my style is I feel like I've mastered my style. I've crafted my style into the way that it is, and it works. You know, it works. And I don't just do it because it works, but because of the fact that it works, I'm gonna keep on hitting the hammer. You feel me? And like hammering the nail, and just keep trying to drive it in. You know?
Yes, most definitely. And I'm glad you did mention track one because when I was listening to it, I did notice that the vast difference between track one to track two. And I was going to actually ask you about a part of track one where you had mentioned you actually mentioned something about, and I'm sorry, I'm not good with like actually say the lyrics
Yeah.
verbatim, but it was something about South by Southwest, like I still your girl at South by
Oh
Southwest or
yeah,
something.
yeah. I was like,
Does that
say,
have a
I
story
said,
behind it?
yeah, for sure. Funny. So I had did a show out here in Denver, and the winner of the show basically was gonna get a, you know, all expenses, you know, kind of route to go do South by Southwest. And I ended up winning it. Me and another homie of mine who was on the show as well, he won it too. So we have won basically a free trip to South by Southwest. So, you know, that shit was pretty dope. And it's kind of funny. It's not even on no serious stuff, but it's just on some funny stuff. I guess we had went out there, and my homie, he was taking pictures with somebody. Turns out they were from Denver. Through social media, they found out, and they were like mad at him because of who he was taking pictures with. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like,
Ah,
yeah, I was like, that's good content right there. You know what I'm saying? That's good
uh-huh.
content there. But yeah, we
Oh,
did South by Southwest. That shit was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. It wasn't really like the big stage South by Southwest, but it was still being there, being in the environment, like getting to know, you know, the who's of that event and that industry right there. It was pretty cool though.
okay, that's what's up. And so, was that your first and only time going out there? Do you plan on going out there this year?
Nah, I actually been twice. I've been out there twice. I don't really got no plan to go out there this time unless something changes. You know, stuff happens quick though, for sure. So who knows? But we definitely working. We trying to put ourselves in a position to, you know, be able to do shows wherever they got shows at, whether that be South by Southwest or, you know, Rolling Loud or whatever the case may be. We trying to get ourselves inserted wherever we can, you know.
Right, right. Okay, well, we do have two videos that you sent over to us that we're gonna be checking out today. And let's start with the freestyle. And if you can kind of introduce the freestyle, let us know what it's about, what your thoughts were going into it, and then we'll check it out.
All right, for sure. Yeah, man. So this freestyle right here, yo, to be honest, you know, I'm a big fan of Pro Era, you know, Joey Badass, R.I.P. Cap Steez, you know, and honestly, I heard a lot of people doing this beat and stuff, and I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't feeling some of the stuff I was hearing. So myself personally, I was like, nah, let's pay a little homage real quick. This is basically a homage track, you know, and it's an infamous beat. You know, when y'all hear it, y'all gonna know exactly what it is, man. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to showcase lyricism and just kind of let them know. And I'm gonna be honest, it ain't really too much lyricism out here in Denver, although it is a few people who I will shout out. There's a few people out here who really making noise when it comes to it. That's not really it's not really the vibe out here, you know? So it's like, I feel like it's only right to bring the East Coast and insert it into this West Coast stuff. This ain't the West Coast, but this is the West, you know? So it's good we bring the flows together and kind of interject them all, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's check it out.
His mama seen him on the tube like pay-per-view. Another hip-hop game, I'm just paying dues. R.I.P. the big L and R.E.P to Steez. I'm in a whole nother league when the pen bleed. I'm trying to take you to the top, niggas taking please. Assalamu alaikum won't find me where the bacon be. I got him asking how I get this nice. The guy way too fly to be missing a flight. In the kitchen with the wrist, now I'm whipping it right. I came a long way from cereal and Nick at night, but now the kitchen is the lab. My vision on the pad. I light another blunt for all the shit I never had.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's what's up.
yeah. A
And for
little
those that
something,
don't
something.
recognize the beat, can you let us know the beat? I know the beat, but I don't know if everybody in chat know the beat.
Nah, everybody in the chat don't know that one right there, man. That's I kind of stumped me right now. I'm like, damn, how did I just record this song and I forgot the damn, I forgot the name of it. How did I do that? Go ahead, tell them. Go ahead, tell
Grandmaster
them.
Bass Monstar,
Go
you
ahead,
wanna
tell them. Damn, how did I forget that? That is insane to me to forget that.
Oh no, it's all right. Let's see if we can get Grandmaster Bass Monstar unmuted there. Oh, I think he's Grandmaster Bass Monstar, are you there? I'm pretty sure I know it, but I'm like, I don't want to actually see.
I
You
don't
recognize
know
that
that
beat?
one.
Grandmaster Bass Monstar? Ah.
No, I don't know
Oh,
that one. Y'all got me.
you don't know that one? Okay. It sounds like a Far Side beat to me.
Nah, I'm
Yeah, you
It's
got
not.
me.
It's not.
Nah, I don't know that one. Y'all got me.
Ah. Okay. Well, when we find it out, we're gonna
Got me.
let y'all know in the
damn, I'm
comments.
tripping. I'm tripping. Yo, my bad, my bad. I'm tripping. It's survival tactics.
Survival tactics.
Look,
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie.
All right. All right.
I write a lot of
I
music
don't
to
know
a
that one.
lot of songs. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Oh
write a lot
yeah.
of music to a lot of songs. I shouldn't have forgot that one. So y'all could, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get me on that one. That's cool. I write a lot of music to a lot of different songs and beats, like all
Oh no.
day.
Oh no. I definitely understand that. That's what's up. Yeah. I was feeling that though. That was dope.
Nah,
I like that.
appreciate that. Appreciate that for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's not a it's some lyricists out here. I'm gonna give a few shout outs, man. Shout out my man Chris Carter. You know what I'm saying? Shout out JG. Shout out to a few of the people Spinks, man. It's a lot of people out here who really do, like take this hip hop stuff serious for sure. And it's they deserve their credit too, for sure. So just want to give a shout out to a few people who do really hone in on that craft when it comes to the lyricism part.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. And on Tuesday, you did drop the mixtape Street Stories Volume One. I know you say it has 8 tracks on it. Out of those 8 tracks, what's your favorite track and why?
Uh, I'm gonna have to say Little America. I'm gonna say Little America is probably one of my most favorite songs on that track. I can't be too biased on it because I like all of them, and I could
Uh-huh.
I could name off all 8 as like the number one song on that track, but on that tape. But Little America for sure, definitely because of the context in which the song is about. It's a lot going on in the world right now. And I don't know if you peeped out the whole tape already, but the hook goes, in the heart of Little America. Black man walk past white skin, they scared of you. White man make fake wars causing hysteria. They don't want to see niggas when they rather bury us. Like it's crazy out here, and that doesn't just go for
Yeah.
for us as black people. That goes for minorities, people of color, like anybody who's pretty much against the system. They don't want to see you win. They'd rather see you buried and stuff. So I feel like it's best that people do what they do and use their tongue as a form of expression to be able to put out what it is that you're feeling, the feelings that you're feeling, the angst that you feel within your community and stuff. Like, sometimes we only have a few outlets that we can use before it turns into something else that could get us in trouble. So the art,
Right.
the craft, the music, and that's just kind of what I did with this song. But crazier part about this song is me and my man who I made this song with. Shout out my man Kobe. We made this song maybe like 2 years ago, and we just held on to it
Oh, really?
because even back then, it was still a lot of crazy stuff going on.
Hmm.
But just at this point in time, it kind of felt right. I was getting ready to drop this tape. I wanted to add to the. I wanted the feel of this tape to be like, real. Like what's going on right now. Like I'm a big fan of current events. I like to know what's going on in the world. So this song, although I made it 2 years ago, it stuck like this stuff was happening yesterday.
Mm,
So
that's deep
yeah,
right there.
it's
Yeah.
got a lot of meaning behind it too. It's a really lyric heavy song.
Yeah. And we do have a clip that you sent over from that song, and we'll go ahead
Yeah.
and check that out.
That's white skin, they stereo. Yeah. White man make fake wars causing hysteria. Yeah. They don't wanna see niggas win. I wrote this track under the moonlight. I've been on the path to find self and gain new sight. Let me set the mood right. Trying to climb new heights, ducking red and blue lights, staring out the window at the moon. I spent a few nights. We went from jumping out the doors to going on tour. Red carpet on the floors. I'm just here for the awards. Put my head into this music, put my faith into the Lord. It was times when I was drowning, glad I made it to the shore. It's amazing how I made it through the maze with no scars. Shine like the sun gaze, think rays from a star. I was raised on the bars, now I'm just raised in the bar. They showing love to my face, but really hating from afar. But I'm just floating, 98 continental coasting. I could get you soaking, let me paddle in your ocean. Take you on a trip, let's have some kids and some more shit. Yeah, I'm just trying to make the most with. In the heart of little America, black man walk past white skin, they scared of ya. White man make fake wars causing hysteria. They don't wanna see niggas win, they rather bury us. In the heart of little America.
Okay. Yeah, that
Yes.
was nice. That's
Yes.
nice right there. That's nice right
Oh
there. Yeah.
yeah. I'm really feeling that. That's
Oh yeah.
that was
Appreciate
one of my favorites too, for sure.
appreciate that. Yeah, that verse right
Man.
there definitely, I kind of wanted to, touch a little bit on the inside what's going on. I know a lot of people like to rap on the external and stuff, but sometimes we shy away from really kind of searching deep and kind of seeing what our mind is really thinking of and things that we really want to say. So yeah, that's a nice little track right there for sure. I'm feeling that one for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that's a good point you made about just speaking up in music, because that was the foundation of hip hop. It's about
You know it.
um yeah, I mean just speaking up. Like if something's going on
Just,
in the world that you don't like, tell
yeah,
everybody, tell them through the
speak on
music.
it.
So
Speak on it. I think
people
I
definitely need
honestly,
to get back to that.
yeah, for
Hmm.
sure. One real quick. I think I got another song on there, the Militant, where I'm talking about some stuff. And
Okay.
I said a bar on this, and everybody's got their political views and whatnot. I don't really get too much into mine. But I said, pray for Palestine. The state of Israel is evil. It ain't much that I could do, but I still feel like I need to. And
Mm.
that's how it is sometimes. Like, yeah, we can talk about it and we can say, but sometimes that's the extent of it. Is our voice, is our art, is our craft. That could be the extent of it, because sometimes a lot of things are out of our control. It's out of our hands. You know what I'm saying? And as
Yeah.
much as we want to do something about it, it ain't too much you can do. So that's why it's best to use the outlets that you do got. Cycle that stuff out, get it out so it doesn't fester and it doesn't like eat you up from the inside. You feel me?
Oh yeah, for sure. Ooh. Oh yeah. I mean, after meeting you, I definitely, because I had, listened to it, and it's, when you meet an artist, it's a little different. And it's like, okay,
Right.
now that I know the meaning behind certain things, I'm gonna listen to it again and really get into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did definitely, because we're also playlist curators for Homebase Radio, and we did choose to feature Lil America and Shine actually on two of our playlists. So
Nice,
that's what's up.
nice. Yeah, those would be
But
the
yeah.
those are probably you probably picked my two favorite on the tape too, to be
Oh,
honest.
okay.
Those are probably my two favorite. Like I said, Little America #1, but if I had to go #2, it'd be Shine. It'd be Shine. Like I say,
Okay.
shouts out to all my shines, what I'm saying, down there in Florida, all my homies, man. I see y'all, man. I be y'all, man. We out here, baby. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. And I did want to ask you also about your artist name, because you have, Shinobi Third Eye, and then we also, but we also call you Shinobi. So
Yeah.
what's the difference? Like, where's the third eye come from?
Yeah, so
Mm,
Shinobi Third Eye is I would say it's the whole brand, like it is the
okay,
whole thing, like Shinobi Third Eye Mafia. It's like that encompasses like everything. Shinobi is the rapper. Shinobi is the rapper of
I
Shinobi
see.
Third Eye. And I used to
Okay.
go, my whole name used to be Shinobi Third Eye. But I realized there is no Shinobi Third Eye out there. So like that's half the reason why I still brand Shinobi Third Eye the way that I do, because it's like if you type in Shinobi Third Eye on Google, on Apple, on YouTube, on whatever, I'm gonna pop up, because there is no Shinobi Third Eye. So that's why it stays the way that it is, even though I only go by Shinobi, it's more just like a shortened version of it. Some people still know me as Shinobi Third Eye,
Mm,
but
okay.
I am Shinobi. And it came
Okay.
from most people who hear Shinobi know it comes maybe probably came from anime or something like that. But I think ever since I was a kid I always wanted to be a ninja. I was always on some ninja stuff for sure. And then as I got older, young adolescent stuff, started watching anime, and it was cool. But I used to go by Young Prophet. That's what I used to go by for
Oh, really?
majority of
Okay.
my time in Florida, like up
Hmm.
until pretty much I moved out to Colorado. I used to go by Young Prophet. But like I said, when I moved out here,
Mm, okay.
the Shinobi came because I started experiencing life in a different manner. I'm looking at mountains
Mm.
and stuff like that for the first time. I'm going up to 14,000 feet for the first time in my life. I'm literally looking
Woo.
at life from a different perspective. You feel me? And it's like
Um,
that's what it is. It's a complete different perspective. So it changes you whether you want it to or not. It changes the dynamics of
mm.
how your life further goes on from that point. And so I just made a decision to one day I was just watching TV and I was like, man, Shinobi. I was like, I was like, that sounds good, bro. That sounds good. And I was like,
Mhm.
Shinobi Third Eye. I was like, that sounds hard. So I just went with that ever since. And if I could
Okay.
say one thing, definitely people when they hear my name, they're like, yo, that's crazy, son. That's crazy. I met Conway the Machine. And Conway was like, your name is Shinobi, son? That shit's hard, bro. That shit's hard. For
It is.
sure.
Yeah. That's a tight name. I like that a
Appreciate it.
lot.
Appreciate it.
Wow. You said being 14 feet up. So have you been snowing? I mean, have you been skiing out there in
Nah,
Florida?
I ain't,
Okay.
nah, I haven't been. To be honest, and
Okay.
most people who get out to Colorado, they'll tell you the same thing. They're like, man,
Hmm.
I've been out here this long, and I still ain't went snowboarding, or still ain't went skiing and stuff. I say
Yeah.
it every year. I'm still on my 9 to 5 joint. So
Hmm.
still got to pay the bills and stuff like that. So we don't got enough,
Yeah.
don't got enough time as you need to go do the whole snowboarding thing. Although and we ain't really had too much snow this year anyway. So even if I did want to, we can't because it ain't really snowing like that out here in Colorado.
Oh,
It's
for real?
actually,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's actually like historically never been like this. So the fact that
Mm.
we're in February, almost in March, and we still like don't have snow up on the mountains and stuff like that, it's makes you think. All these crazy people with the tin hat foil hats on, they might be right about something.
Wow. That's a trip. Okay. I had actually had heard, I had read it in the news, but I didn't know anybody, that's in Colorado to ask them. So that's interesting that you say
Yeah,
that it
yes.
hasn't been snowing like that. Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot warmer than it usually is. Like it's like 50 degrees today. It's gonna be
Okay.
60s, almost 70s the rest of next week. So a little bit of a difference from how it is in Colorado this time of year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I also have like a geographical type question too. Like, what's your have your food taste changed since you've been out there? Like, is it
Yeah, for sure.
really?
I ain't used to drink tequila when I was back in Florida.
Oh,
Now
really?
I drink some tequila now. That's the drink of choice out here in Colorado. I
Oh,
don't
wow.
even drink I don't even drink like that, to be honest. I'm like a super occasional drinker. I'll drink every
Yeah.
once in a blue moon, you know what I'm saying? But if I do have some, it's tequila, but I was never drinking tequila back in Florida. That wasn't a
Hmm.
thing. But it's shouts out to the
Interesting.
Mexicanos out here. They culture is really cultured out here, like I said, and Mexican culture is a big part of Denver culture for sure. So when you out here, you're gonna eat you a lot of Mexican and you're gonna drink a lot of tequila. That's just what it is in Colorado.
Yeah. Wow.
for sure,
I never would
for
have
sure.
thought they drink tequila like that out there. That's interesting. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I just
yeah,
thought I'd ask
yeah.
that. I was wondering.
Yeah, they
Okay.
love it. But I mean, also food wise, I could say the same thing. I never really used to eat too much Mexican back in Florida,
Uh-huh.
but I eat a lot of Mexican now. So, but for the most part, nah, same thing. Pizza, burgers, chicken. You feel me? They got that. They got that all around everywhere for sure. It's
Mm-hmm.
just it's a cultural thing. So you go to
Yeah.
certain neighborhoods and you eat what's in the neighborhoods. You know. It's like if you go
Yeah.
to New York, you're gonna have your chopped cheese if you head uptown or some shit, you know? Because it's
Right,
so
right.
that's what the neighborhood is. You know, you're gonna have neighborhood delicacies, you know?
Mm.
So
I
yeah, for
feel you.
sure.
Okay. And what's your favorite artist to collaborate with out there? I know you have some collaborations
Uh,
quite a bit.
so to be honest, I do got a few collaborations out here, but not really as many as you might think for being out here 10
Mm.
years, right? But I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
really working. I'll be honest, I wasn't really working all that hard when I first got out here. I wasn't taking it serious, so to say. I was doing music. Everybody know I've been doing music, but I wasn't really taking it serious, you know? So I kind of had to put my foot down. And once I did, then I started working with some artists. But, you know, my man Kobe, for sure. I got a few tracks with my dog right there. And I really been. Oh yeah, let me shout out my man JG. You know, my man JG. Me and him make some good music together. Y'all go check that out. Full Metal Jacket. That's on my page too. If y'all go to my artist page, y'all gonna find that tape right there. That's a joint tape I got with my man JG. Dope artist out of Denver, Colorado. Man, y'all make sure y'all check him out. But yeah, the rest would be just like people I like plan on working with here in the future. You know, like I
Yeah.
can't say I got too many features out here, but I definitely have been associated. Hold on. Also, shout out to my man Mussolini. I don't know if y'all know about Mussolini out in New York City. You know, dope cat down with Knife Wonder right now. Like really doing it crazy for the whole East Coast, putting on for New York. Like my man's is doing it big for sure. We got a song out. It's called Summer Magic. We made that back in the summertime in NYC. Good vibes. If you want some dope stuff, you could let the window down and let your hair breeze while you jamming some smooth shit. That's one of the tracks
Okay.
right there by man Mussolini. But yeah, dope feature for sure, man. Big ups to him. Shouts out to my man, yo, for sure.
Okay, that's what's up. Um, and I did want to ask you about just like your plans as an artist overall. Um, would you say that this is your I've arrived moment or your I'm just getting started moment?
Nah, yeah, we just getting started. This
Yeah.
kind of just we just put this out here, kind of get the ball rolling basically, like I said, I'm
Okay.
pretty much writing songs and working on music damn near every day. But this tape that I just recently dropped was more of a compilation of, to be honest, a lot of songs that I had kind of held on to for a little bit, Not, you know how it is as an artist, you might create the craft, but then you won't like release it. You won't show it off, So you kind of hold on to it. And that's kind of what this was. I kind of held on to it for a little bit, like I said, with Little America, held on to it. And I just had somebody just tell me one day, like, yo, stop holding on to that, bro. Like you keep showing me all these new songs, but you gotta drop all the old stuff, So I was like, you know what? That's what we gonna
Mm.
do. So this tape, although it is a compilation of older songs, is curated to a certain degree, as to where it blends the way that I want it to blend, and the whole point of the tape was street stories, and it's not like, oh, each one is a specifically different story. It's just like as you listen to it, you kind of get an understanding of like the mind of the artist that you're listening to, like certain
Mm. Yeah.
situations that the certain situations I was in, certain situations I found myself in, certain situations I had to get out of, and everything in between, so it was more like a we just getting started kind of thing, and I could tell just from the by the buzz of it. It's just a just getting started kind of thing, for sure, for sure.
Okay.
I got a TikTok page as well that I do music on, and that's pretty much my main my main page where everybody's like kind of catching the buzz. My Instagram is doing all right, but my TikTok is where I'm really starting to like draw in a crowd
Okay.
and kind of get a new fan base of people, a fan base that I couldn't really reach to before. To be honest, without having a TikTok, I used to throw TikTok off like,
Mhm.
man, I ain't finna do no TikTok, man. That's just weird. Whole
Uh-huh.
time, yeah, I was one of those people, but now whole time it's like, nah, yo, TikTok is it's a great way to that and YouTube. They're great ways to catapult you to a whole different viewer, who hasn't never heard of you but has been
Right,
looking for somebody like you. So yeah,
right, right.
we just getting started, but it's a lot more to come. It's way more to come. This is just the appetizer before the appetizer. You know what I mean? We ain't
Okay.
even getting to the appetizer. Damn sure ain't at the entree yet. But the
Right.
entree, we working on that. And that's gonna be my full feature length album, like a real put together album. Something like what you might say about J. Cole's The Fall Off, Not to that extent of like it, but
Hmm.
in the sense of how that is a complete album, from start to finish, and it's got a story that's being told, and that's what I'm working on next. Is just kind of making something definitely that hits a little bit deeper.
Okay. I do also want to ask you,
Yeah.
there's a couple things you said throughout the interview where I feel there's a certain vibe about you, and I'm like, I wonder if a label, I don't even know if labels have already approached you, but like, if you would plan to stay independent or do you want to get signed? Is that something that if a major label approached you, would you consider that, or are you trying to stay independent?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, for sure, like I feel like anybody who says that and that they wouldn't take a deal if it came to you, I mean, you're just doing it for the hype. If they came to you talking the right numbers, the right ideas, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not trying to steal this from you and steal that from you. You get to keep, your masters and like stuff like everything works out the way that it's supposed to work out. For sure. Because though I feel like for me personally, the whole point of me doing this, one of the purposes of me doing this was to help Mom Dukes out, get moms out the hood, have her living somewhere good, not even super rich and stuff, but just have her comfortable for her golden years. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's the goal of everybody who's really in this for the right reasons. So if you have an opportunity to help your family out, why wouldn't you do that? But let's just be honest. If it's some 360 crazy 180 flip you on your neck type deal, no, we might as well just stay independent. Because for that, you already not making money. Now you're gonna be signed to some people and then not making money. And then the money that you would be making is getting flipped everywhere but your pockets. You feel me? So it's kind of one of those things. Look, I'm 35. I'm almost 35. You know what I'm saying? So I've been around for a little minute. So I kind of seen how things work a little bit. And we
Hmm.
ain't just antsy to sign a deal like maybe like a young head might be, really ready to punch it out and get it going, then not really look at the downsides of it. But I'm more of like, yeah, if the right proposition came my way, for
Uh-huh.
sure. For me, it's taking care of the family all day, all day.
Oh yeah, I feel you on that. And I didn't ask you. I meant to ask this earlier, but
Yeah,
because you said who your musical influences are, but who are your actual favorite? If you can name your top three favorite artists, like rappers, who would you
top
name?
three rappers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. All right, straight up, top three rappers. Shit.
Or you could do five.
That's
It's up to you.
crazy.
You
All
want
right,
to do
yeah, give
three or
me
five?
top five. Give me
Okay, five.
top five for sure. Because, yeah, give me top five. Motherfuckers might try to flame me. You know what I mean? They're like, you ain't
Okay.
have a long enough list. You feel me? But this just my top five. I don't care about nobody else. This is my top five. Straight up. Nas, number one. We're gonna go
Oh, you numbering
rock
them.
him. Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna go rock him. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. We gotta keep it old school. You feel me? Like if we're gonna talk hip hop and we're gonna
Uh-huh.
talk rap, we're gonna talk rap. You feel me?
Right,
So I'm
right.
throwing
Okay.
Nas, I'm throwing Rakim, I'm throwing Conway the Machine. You feel me? Conway the Machine is in my top five.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Damn, that's hard, yo. That's hard. I'm gonna go Jada Kiss. And shouts out to my
Mm.
man Jada Kiss. You feel me? And who that five spot? Give me a second. Let me find out who that five spot gonna go to.
I
Because I go through this with a lot with people. I'm like, man, there's so many dope artists to say that, oh, this person and this person were the greatest. When it's like, man, there was so much good hip hop at that time, man. How you supposed to say that? How you
Right.
supposed to say that?
I
But
feel you completely.
man, 5. I'm gonna go Ghostface Killer, son. I'm
Ooh,
going
okay.
Ghostface. You know what I mean? I'm going Ghostface. That's my top five.
Mm,
Now you could ask me my top five tomorrow, and I might tell you something that sounds like that, but then
uh-huh.
a few different ones and stuff. But I feel like that's a solid top five for sure. I feel like that. If we talking basketball, they going up against a lot of different people. They going up
Yes.
against a lot of different people for sure. So
Yeah, that's a nice
that's a
list.
solid top five. That's my top five
It
though. That's my
is.
top
It
five
is. Yeah,
for
you
sure.
you didn't name nobody crazy. I like you.
Nah,
Keep it solid.
I
Yeah,
I couldn't even claim to be hip hop if I didn't, you know what I'm saying, pay
right,
homage to some of the dudes who paved the way so that dudes like me could be saying their names and stuff, you know?
right. Oh
For
yes,
sure. For sure,
most
for sure.
stuff. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on the show today. And do you have any additional shout outs you want to give? And also just remind people where they can find you and about your
Uh
music
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Once again, I appreciate you having me on the show. It's been a pleasure. I'm
anytime.
glad we could kind of, you know what I'm saying, converse and we can get some things out and stuff like that. I really appreciate the interview. It was real dope. I want to give a shout out, to the whole Third Eye team, man. Everybody who's supporting this Third Eye movement. Shouts out to y'all. Shouts out to my moms. You feel me? Shouts out to Mom Duke. Shouts out to my nephew Xavier. I see you, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it. Don't worry about it. Just stay in school and do your thing, my boy. You know. Um, and yeah, man, just like I say, shouts out to everybody who's really holding this stuff down and to the fans of real hip hop, I come to deliver. That's what I'm here for. To the fans of hip hop, I'm here to deliver what y'all came looking for, and that's all it is. So y'all can find me on all platforms, Instagram, YouTube, uh, TikTok. You can find me on all platforms at Shinobi Third Eye. That's SHINOBI 3RDEYE. I'm sure they're gonna post it up on the screen. You feel me? But Shinobi Third Eye on all platforms. Marquise Merritt on Facebook. That's my real name. Go follow the Facebook, man. Follow the Instagram. Follow the YouTube. Follow the TikTok and whatever else pops up when when you type that name in. If I got a profile, go follow it, man. We're gonna keep dropping this dope hip hop stuff, man. And I just hope y'all stay tuned, man. I'm gonna keep dropping it
That's what's up. Thank you again. And we'll
for
definitely,
sure.
anytime you want to come back on either this show or Freestyle Friday show,
Yeah, for sure.
just
Nah,
let us
yeah.
know.
So
Yeah.
nah, y'all gonna see me again. I mean, since we doing, I saw one of the last videos y'all had dude
Uh huh.
doing the freestyle and stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, it's only right that I hop on and come back and do a freestyle. So I'm gonna be in touch. I'm gonna hit y'all up and stuff. And yeah, let's get a freestyle Friday in.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm definitely gonna let Don Dada and Sean know you on your way over there. But
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure, for sure.
appreciate you. You have a
All
good
right,
one.
yeah, y'all
Thank you
have a
so
good
much.
one, yo. Appreciate the love, yo. Peace.
Yes, y'all, make sure y'all check out Shinobi. He's on all platforms. He just dropped his mixtape, so make sure y'all check him out. And it was definitely a pleasure. Unfortunately, Grandmaster Bass Monstar, he was having some technical difficulties when he was on, so he was not able to actually. I asked some of the questions he had, but we're definitely going to speak on some things, some items that we had trending this week. For those that do want to hear about the trending, we got you on the trending in entertainment. And as we like to do, we like to start off with the birthdays. So we're gonna go ahead and start off those first. And let me get that birthday video up. Here we go.
Happy birthday, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Yes, y'all, we had a lot of birthdays this week. Like so many birthdays. It's not even funny. Let me go ahead and get this birthday banner up really quick here. But there were, well, I want to say like 10, if I'm not mistaken, there were like 10 birthdays. Yeah, there was a lot. So I'm gonna go down the list because we do like to tell y'all exactly who had a birthday, what they were doing on their birthday, like all of that. But one of the birthdays was R&B legend Brandy. She had a birthday this week, and as y'all know, she actually did the national anthem for the NBA All-Star game. So she did her thing for that, and that was trending this week. That was trending all in its own. So shout out to Brandy. We also had Kelly Rowland. So Brandy, she shares about, and I was surprised because, this is actually the first time we've done like a platform where we actually showing all the birthdays at one time. Usually we'll just shout out a couple artists here and there, but now we're like really, really keeping up with the birthdays. And so Brandy and Kelly Rowland, they share a birthday. So that was on the 11th. So they had a birthday. Both of their birthdays was on the 11th. And then they also share a birthday with Young Miami. And Young Miami, she's dropping some new music. So she's actually been about to drop for a minute. But I'm hearing that she has her album on the way real soon. So she will be dropping an album real soon. But I know she has a single coming out to complement that album. And I'm actually going to put the birthdays on the screen for y'all in a second. That's why I'm looking down. But so Brandy, Kelly Rowland, and Young Miami all have birthdays on it was February 11th. Then we got Killer Kyleon. His birthday was on the 12th. He shares a birthday with Rollo. If y'all not familiar with Rollo, he's out of Atlanta, artist out of Atlanta. And he's always going live, talking his talk. Y'all gotta check out Rollo for sure, because he's funny, but he's also hilarious at the same time, because the way he's so blunt with everything. It's really funny. But who else? We also had Megan Thee Stallion. She had a birthday on the 15th. So the day after Valentine's Day was her birthday. And y'all would never guess who she shares a birthday with. I was surprised myself. I was like, wait, what, is this correct? She really shares a birthday? She shares a birthday with Birdman. So Megan Thee Stallion and Birdman, they got a birthday together. I was like, what? So again, this is one of those things where it's like, okay, you just don't really think about it. But then, I'm real big on like numbers and like astrology stuff. And so when I saw that, I was like, what? She got her birthday with Birdman? So let me okay, here we go. So here's the actual birthdays here. And then Lupe Fiasco. As y'all know, he turned into a college professor and he's doing his thing. His birthday was on the 16th. Shantae Moore, R&B singer Shantae Moore, 17. Her birthday was on the 17th along with the Weeknd's. And that was kind of cool to know too, because they're both real smooth with their music. And then my son Elijah Wan had his birthday on the 18th, as well as my cousins Brittany and Deidre. So happy birthday to everybody, all of the Aquariuses. And it's not just them too, but my best friend, I should have had her on the slide, but it was her birthday as well on the 16th. My best friend Danae, happy birthday to her as well. She's a great friend, like my best friend for sure. So, and she also, she be showing love to the show as well. So I appreciate her for that. But yeah, y'all, let's get into what's been trending the past week, because it's been kind of crazy. It's been like, what's that one? Yeah, Crazy Sexy Cool. It's been like Crazy Sexy Cool. But yeah, let's start off with the Hall of Fame inductees. And we don't have a slide for this one, so I'm going to take this other slide off. And we're going to put me back right there. And we're going to change up the banner. So what's been happening with the Hall of Fame inductees is that we have some new entries. And on our show, we only cover hip hop and R&B. So, there's other Hall of Fame inductees that were announced this past week. But the ones we're going to focus on are some of our favorites, which is Tupac. Tupac is definitely going to be inducted finally into the Grammy Hall of Fame for his album All Eyes on Me. A lot of people are saying it's long overdue, that he should have been inducted a long time ago. I kind of agree as well, because what? And he has so many great albums. He definitely, I mean, in my opinion, he definitely should have been inducted sooner, but definitely congratulations to him. I mean, it's R.E.P. now, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all be waiting all late. But anyway. And then we got Selena. She's not R&B. Well, she actually was R&B, if you know Selena. But another R.I.P. artist, but Selena out of Corpus Christi, she was a Tejano R&B artist. But her album, Amor Prohibido, that album is going to be inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. And then we have Janet Jackson. She's also going to be inducted. And I don't have the name of that album, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure it's probably Control, because that was one of her best albums of all time. But if it's another one, then that's good too, because she definitely does her thing. So congratulations to all of them for that. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Chris Brown, because Chris Brown, he has the number one. He is now the number one highest grossing Black American male artist. I'm saying it backwards. He had the highest grossing tour ever by a Black American male artist. So congratulations to Chris Brown. And we're just going to have this congratulations up here, right there. Okay. Ray J. Oh, he's not a congratulations. I'm going to skip over Ray J. We're about to talk about Ray J's, what's going on with him in a moment. But also congratulations to Bad Bunny. I don't think we still have his phone. Oh, we do have you up, Bad Bunny. Let's put this one up. Let's put this one up. Okay, so Bad Bunny, he had the fourth most watched Super Bowl halftime show performance of all time. The fourth most watched. Was it the fourth most watched? Yeah. People thought it was number one, but he actually wasn't number one. He had 128.5 million viewers, 128.2 million viewers. Kendrick Lamar had 133.5 million. Michael Jackson had 133.4 million, and then Usher, I can't remember his number. These are off the top of my head, by the way. But yeah, Usher, his was right before Bad Bunny. So Bad Bunny had the fourth most watched Super Bowl halftime performance of all time. Right after his performance, people were all over the internet. They thought he had the number one, but he did not. So either way, it's a congratulations. But all I want to say is to all you content creators that be out there just posting the first thing you hear and just copying other people's stuff and just like reposting it, please make sure you check this, check out if it's really for real first, because it's really important to have the right information down in history. You know what I mean? I'm big on that. So like we even had to edit an article that I had written just because of these numbers, because the Nielsen, what they do for the Super Bowl, they'll have after the performance, they do some tabulations because they have to check all of the different platforms to make sure they get the numbers right. So between the period of 8:15 p.m., it was between 8:15 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. That's the part of the show that they actually count the viewership for. So that's why that was the number. It was probably more like after the Super Bowl, but that part of it doesn't count. They only count the live, this is when it was airing on TV part. So when people were talking about the 143 million number, that might have been like afterwards. So anyway, sorry to get into the technicalities of that, but I just had to because I be hearing so much about this. And let's pull up Cardi B's. Cardi B's photo. I'm not seeing it on here, but that's okay because we're gonna rep her anyway. Cardi B, she is currently on tour for her Little Miss Drama tour. She's on that tour right now, and she has been trending because people are talking about her BBL, and she's not really having it. She's like, I'm about to remove my BBL. She literally told everybody that she's going to remove her BBL because she does not want people talking about it. It's kind of crazy to me because I really thought, especially somebody at her level as far as popularity, when they get a BBL, you think they're just going to keep it because they get it for a reason. But in her case, she's not liking the attention that she's getting for it. So she said she's going to actually get rid of her BBL, which is fine. Much more love to you. Her tour is doing well. A lot of people have been giving mixed views on how well her tour is doing, but I'm seeing some good numbers and I'm seeing some good feedback from her real fans. You got her real fans and then you got the hater fans. The real fans are loving her tour. The hater fans, of course, they're going to find something that they don't like that they're going to talk about. But we also want to give a shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. She is recording a character's voice for her new upcoming anime series, and it's called Hotties. And she's in collaboration with Boondocks producer Carl Jones for Hotties. And she's really excited about this project. She is currently out at the Winter Olympics, though. She has joined forces with NBC's Universal Creator Collective. And so what she's going to be doing out there is she's producing behind the scenes content for them. She's going to be, I think I saw like doing some interviews. She's going to definitely be commentating, doing, because like right now on her own platforms, she does like vlogging, video blogs where she's like describing her day, how her day went and stuff like that. So she's going to be doing a lot of that out there at the Winter Olympics. And part of that is to help the Olympics bring in a younger audience. They want more younger people viewing the Winter Olympics. I've had the pleasure of checking out a couple of the events myself. I love the figure skating, of course, but one of the other, I was checking out the bobsled. I love the bobsled. And then there's this other one where they get on their stomach. I can't think of that one. I can't think of the name. But the speed skating is good. There's a lot of them, y'all. There's a lot of them. Make sure y'all check out those Winter Olympics. I'm not sure when they end exactly, but I know they're going to be ending soon. But another artist that we want to give some props to, and he's in and out the headlines. It's kind of hard sometimes to say whether it's good headlines or not, but in this case, it's definitely good. Jay-Z, he has been named the greatest rapper of all time by Forbes. And I think this is worth, I think this one is worth actually writing it out, Jay-Z, and we're going to put that dash back in his name. Did y'all hear that he changed his name? And we don't have the character here, but on the Y, he put the 2 dots at the top of Jay-Z. I can't remember, like, some people are saying it's like from back in the day he used to have that or something, but I don't remember that. And but at the same time, I'm not like a diehard Jay-Z fan either. So the fact that he did that, I'm like, I don't remember it, but if y'all remember it, that's cool. Congratulations to Jay-Z on being named that. I mean, that's a big major achievement by Forbes. They keep tabs on people with money. Have y'all noticed that? They tend to keep major tabs on people with money. So that's what's up with that. And I do also want to bring up GloRilla, but I'm not going to bring her up yet because we want to get her image up on the screen before we speak on that. We do have a clip though. And this one was trending this week too. This was really awkward, at least for me to even speak on this one, but I'm gonna let y'all see the video and then I'll tell you why it was awkward. But you'll actually catch on just after you see this video. And it's been a lot going on with this. Like, it's a lot of things that you don't really think about that just happen, and it's like, why did this happen? But it has to do with Chief Keef. I'll go ahead and describe it to you before we play it. But there's a trending video, right? One of his fans on TikTok, she was like, hey, Chief Keef, I'm about to get married. This is your last chance to stop this wedding before I actually get married. Yo, it's really bizarre. World Star Hip Hop posted this, and I was like, what? And when you see the fan, you'll be like, okay, she has a crush on Chief Keef, but let's check out the clip here.
Chief Keef, this is your last chance, otherwise I'm gone forever. You have 10 minutes to let me know. I feel the most beautiful I've ever felt. This is my dress. Chief Keef, this is your last chance.
I'm going to play that one more time because I'm still trying to be like, I'm like,
Chief Keef, this is your last chance, otherwise I'm gone forever. You have 10 minutes to let me know. I feel the most beautiful I've ever felt. This is my dress. Chief Keef, this is your last chance.
Yeah, she really did that. That was her wedding day, right? It was really her wedding day in real life. TikTok fan. And she really did that video. So I'm like, what's going on there? I don't get it. I mean, if y'all get it, let me know, but I sure don't get it. I feel like he actually did reply. I don't know if you could see it, the video, depending on if you're looking, viewing our show on mobile or TV, but he actually did reply to her and he put your move. That's what he. So based on what he put, I'm guessing maybe that's why she chose to go ahead and get married. I don't know, but that was really weird because, I mean, I tend to not try to classify people into groups and stuff, but like if you're just trying to picture his typical fan, you thinking somebody probably in their young 20s and urban type person, and she didn't quite fit that that category, and so that's what made it kind of weird to me. And the fact that she was about to get married, so I'm like, did her fiance see this, and what did he think about it? I'm thinking he actually probably didn't see it before her wedding, because I'm still tripping over that. But yeah, I mean, Chief Keef, he actually also was trending because him and Sexy Red, they appeared to, they seemed to get into some type of argument at like a video shoot. They were talking about some food. It was really silly, but I know a lot of people were like, are they a couple? They're still speculating on that. This is the weird stuff that happens on the internet, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just here to let y'all know what's been trending. But another one that's been trending that I do want to speak on and elaborate on is because we actually spoke about it the last show that we had, and it was concerning. Let me change the banner real quick before I speak on it. It was concerning GloRilla and her sister GloRilla. So on our last show, we did speak on it. And what had happened was GloRilla had asked GloRilla, it's interesting to say the names together. Anyway, she had asked GloRilla for $2,500. And GloRilla apparently, ignored her, didn't reply. And this was supposedly to help their mom out and just basically help the family, right? So she had asked her, you know what? There were two instances. Okay, I'm kind of like combining the instances, but what happened with this one was GloRilla actually had asked her, I believe, for $1,200 to help the mom with rent or something like that. At least that's what I'm hearing. But she did tell GloRilla that, hey, ever since you made it, you haven't really helped the family out, right? So she was saying that she did want GloRilla to give everybody $2,500. So that's where I'm kind of like, you have the two. And I'm about to put a picture of this. So I'm kind of stalling here. Hold on a second. My co-host, Grandmastar Bass Monstar, he was having technical difficulties, so he had to drop early. So it's just me. So sorry, you're bearing with me real quick. But yeah, so that's what happened with that. Okay, so GloRilla, she was like, I ain't give me that money. Mind you, I'm just commentating this. Okay, so that's what GloRilla said in my head. That's what she said. So GloRilla, she's been making all these videos talking about GloRilla. GloRilla ended up calling their parents. She went live on Instagram and she called Instagram/Facebook. She called their parents on the phone. She wanted to straighten it out because she was tired of GloRilla saying she don't do this for the family. Da, 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 da. So she basically was saying, to sum it up, because I did see the video. We don't have it here because it's a really long video. But if you want to check it out, it is on the internet. But GloRilla was basically saying that GloRilla, she wasn't treating GloRilla right before she even became famous. So she was like, I wasn't effing with you before I became famous. So why you think I'm gonna F with you now? That that was the energy, right? And so that was her reason for saying she was like, I do for the family that I F with. But there were family members I didn't F with before I became famous, so I don't feel obligated to, help them out like that. So that's the kind of energy. And then also, she was even saying that GloRilla, if she had approached GloRilla correctly, she was letting her know. She was like, hey, if you had approached me correctly, then we could have collaborated together. We could have did something together. But she doesn't like the fact that GloRilla took the approach that she did, which I understand, because she has been out there a certain way, making GloRilla look a certain way. And as some of y'all know, GloRilla, she does do for her dad. She just bought her dad a car. She had bought her mom a car. She's done a lot for her parents, giving her mom money each month and, just helping family, period, helping some of her siblings out. But as she stated, she was basically wanting to clear it all up and let everybody know, I do for the ones that I F with. I don't do for the ones that I don't F with, which makes sense. Because when you think about it, just because you're related to somebody and they make it, yeah, y'all grew up together, y'all struggled, y'all did this and this together. But at the same time, that is their money at the end of the day. So they could do whatever they want with it. GloRilla has chosen to help certain family members that she does want to help. And that's it, But she had her parents get on the live through, telephone. So she was on video and she caught them on the phone. And her dad was basically saying he doesn't appreciate the fact that GloRilla is putting their family business out there on the internet like that. And he's like, hey, she needs to stop all that. Da, da, da. And then the mom, she was just, basically doubling down on the fact that GloRilla does help her out. So, and then she was, because there was also the thing trending about whether the mom was going to be quitting her job or not. She had said GloRilla wanted her to quit her job, but she wanted to continue working. But that I think she said she recently had to stop working she recently went ahead and retired because she was getting too much attention. Like, it's a lot going on. I'm here to let y'all know, as we do on the Rep My Block show, we let you know what's been trending. So I'm going to leave it at that because I feel like I'm rambling at this point. But, there's so much, y'all. There's so much going on. Next one. What's the next one? J. Cole. Let's talk about J. Cole for a minute because J. Cole, he's been showing up and showing out. I'm like, okay, J. Cole. His album is no longer number one, but this is the slide we have. It did start off actually in the US, I believe it started off as number 2, but then it eventually climbed to number 1. And I don't believe it's still number one at the moment, but I am double checking because that is relevant to what I'm about to say on this. Yeah, right now Baby Keem is number one. So J. Cole, the fall off, he's currently number 3. But he's on his tour. He got 2 tours, right? He has a trunk sale tour going on right now. So he's out there driving around in his Honda Civic, and he's selling CDs out the back of his trunk. It's a 1996. I think I read 1996 Honda Civic, and he's literally out there with all his fans selling CDs. Now, if you see a picture, I think we do have a picture of his trunk. Here it is, right here. There we go. So that's the trunk, okay? And I had I get kind of petty meticulous, you know. So I counted the box. I was like, how many? 1, 2. It's hard to see, right? Let me make it bigger for me. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that might be 7 boxes. 8 boxes. I see 8. Wait, no, those are little. Oh, those are slim boxes. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Possible 11. 10 with 11 isn't a possible. So I was like, how many CDs can fit in the boxes? That looks like maybe 100 per box. No, not that many. Ooh, you see what I'm getting at? I hope you see what I'm getting at. So based on this, I was like, how's he driving all the way from North Carolina to all these different places with that many CDs in his trunk? Y'all, the math ain't mathing for me. I love J. Cole. I actually love this album. I think it's one of his best albums ever. But I'm just trying to I just want somebody to tell me how the CDs are working out, because I can't see it. He has thousands of fans. When y'all look at the videos, he has all these fans all around him. And that many CDs is what he's showing us that he has. So I'm like, either some big U-Haul, big truck following him with more CDs, or he's just running out of CDs every time he goes out. I'm thinking he's just running out of CDs. Or he's also probably, telling people once he runs out of them, he's probably saying, okay, go ahead and buy the digital copy. You know what? Now that I think about it, I bought the digital copy. And I don't think, I did download it. Okay. Because I've been listening on the streaming platforms, but I'm like, wait, I have my own copy. I just listened to my copy. Okay. Anyway, so y'all see what I'm getting at there? So that's what's going on. I love this tour. I think artists should have kept doing this. There's a lot of artists getting jealous. I'm like, don't be jealous. Enjoy it. Congratulate. Don't hate. Congratulate. You know what I'm saying? So more artists hopefully will start doing this again, because this was always a thing. This always used to be a thing. You would go to the mall. You run into a rapper. They got the CDs in their hand. They're like, hey, you want to buy this for $10? You want to buy this? They were actually selling. So I'm like, I don't understand why things change. I'm glad J. Cole brought this back out. Anybody that's hating on it, they're just a hater, because if you look at it, you count the money, the jewel cases, I don't know how much they used to cost, probably about $4 to make, if you count the, because you have the inserts and then you have the jewel case itself. If you got a good deal, you're probably paying like $4 for the whole setup. And this is including the CD, because you could burn your own CDs and all that stuff and put the little label on it. Yeah, shoot. And J. Cole got the hookup on that part, so he's making some good money off of this. So shout out to J. Cole on his tour. He just announced this week that he's going to be doing a world tour. So he's going to have a real concert tour, because when I first heard about this car tour, I thought he was just going to be selling out his car. But no, he's going on a real tour at stadiums. So that one is going to start July 10th, and he's going to start that in Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay? Make sure y'all check it out. His website, we'll put this up too. His website is thefalloff.com. J. Cole tickets are on sale at thefalloff.com. I believe some sites still have pre-sale. People were complaining that the waiting room was longer than Beyonce's waiting room. I cannot help you with the waiting room, y'all. Sorry. I could just tell you where to get the tickets. That's the best place to go for the tickets, because it's going to take you to the official ticket outlet. If you're, I hear some stories sometimes about people going to the bootleg sites and trying to get tickets, and then they end up sitting in the same seat somebody else is yeah. You don't want to do all that. Just go to his website, the official website, and get your real official tickets. Okay. That's the take on what he's doing. And as you know, I always gotta, whenever I hear something Drake's doing, I always gotta shout out Drake too real quick. So let's shout out Drake. We gotta put his Iceman. Where Iceman? There we go. Gotta put up Drake's Iceman photo. Okay, so February 17th, earlier this week, he launched his OVO X McDonald's meal. And it's called the Afters meal. And it's available across Canada. This meal, I don't know if it's going to come to the US or not. He seems to be on his Canadian tip right now, which is fine. He's from Canada. But the verbiage around this meal is where the night owl lands. I don't know if that's like a hint at what we're going to be expecting on his upcoming Iceman album, which still doesn't have a date yet. I'm still disappointed about that because I was telling y'all it was going to drop last October. That was what I was feeling. That was what was, that's what was in the room at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But this drop, since J. Cole just dropped, and then I heard, what's the name? Who else is about to drop? Somebody else that might conflict. Ooh, I heard that Kendrick might be dropping. So, here's my theory. And Grandmastar Monstar is not here, unfortunately, to debate with me on it. But I want to tell y'all, and then I'll probably mention again to him next week when he's back. So, what I'm feeling is, I think, and I'm sorry, Drake, because I'm a fan of both Kendrick and Drake, right? And then Grandmastar Monstar, he's more of a fan of Kendrick, but he's also a fan of Drake too, but more Kendrick. So I think it's going to happen. At least from what the energy I heard this week, I feel like Drake is going to drop Iceman. And I feel like right after he drops Iceman, I think Kendrick has an album ready to drop the same day. Y'all, I hope this don't happen this way. For Drake's sake, I really hope it don't happen this way, but I'm really, really feeling that vibe right now. And I'm like, oh man, I don't know. So we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And again, we don't have an exact date on when Drake is going to drop Iceman. But I was hoping it'd be during the winter. The winter's almost over now. So please drop it during the winter because that makes sense to me for like Iceman. And then, anyway. Y'all let us know what you think in the comments, by the way, because I'm actually bugging out. I was hoping he would have dropped it already. And as y'all know, a popular blogger did drop some samples, some sample music from the upcoming Iceman album. And I think Drake maybe his team probably sent that music out just to get an idea of what the fans are feeling. The fans didn't really seem to be feeling that music that was sampled. As I say sampled, but it's like basically the blogger just played parts of the tracks, and they didn't seem to really be feeling some of those. So I think he did that to try to gauge which songs he should drop because he had been said he has tons of music to drop, and he was trying to decide if he should go more R&B Drake or more hip hop Drake. So those songs, the ones I heard, were hip hop Drake. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the vibe is like when he actually does drop, like officially. But it's a lot going on with that. A whole lot. Speaking of a whole lot going on, Kanye, there's always a whole lot going on with him. and I'll say Ye because that's the name he likes everybody to call him now. But he's facing a lawsuit right now, and it's linked to his Vultures 2 project that he had with Ty Dolla $ign. So there's an alternative R&B artist by the name of Swish. So Swish, along with a UK indie label called Future Bounce, they're claiming that his song 530 uses elements from Swish's Break the Fall song without permission. And it's a song that he had from 2018. I have not heard the 2018 song that he's alleging that Ye, has gotten. And again, this is the whole project he had with Ty Dolla $ign. So that's what they're saying. I haven't seen a public statement from Ye's team on it, but just letting y'all know that was trending this week because of that. There's always a whole lot going on with this situation. But I do want to go to Ray J real quick. Let's see if we have Ray J's. A lot of artists that we talk about quite often, we tend to have we don't have Ray J. We took Ray J down. Okay, that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about, let me get Ye off the screen. But, and I don't like to make my video, my camera big, but that's what I have to show right now. So anyway, he's trending. Ray J is trending because he apparently, according to a lot of fans that were there and saw it, he was performing. He had a Valentine's Day performance. And he was out there on the stage performing with bloody eyes or something like this. I'm like, what? I have a lot to say overall about this whole situation. But Ray J, he had announced a couple weeks back that he's experiencing some issues with his heart. And so he has a heart monitor that he has to wear. And he says that the doctor projected that he will only live until 2027. And so he really feels like he's going to pass away by 2027. Okay, so that's background on what's happening. But for Valentine's Day last week, he apparently performed and he had like bloody eye, like tears streaming or something with bloody eyes. So according to a videographer that Ray J had out there, videographer allegedly is saying that it was fake blood that was used on his face to get attention. But Ray J is denying that is what happened. He's saying that it was real. But in addition to this, fans were saying, why is his manager allowing him to perform? And the word was, allegedly, the manager said that she wanted him to perform because the show must go on. So a lot of people are just like, what's really going on with Ray J? And I wish we had that picture. You already know. If y'all have seen my show before, you will know that I tend to like to go on the internet while I'm actually on the show and grab. Oh, I see it. Okay, I'm finna grab it real quick. Hold on a second. Oh, I can show it to you know what? Instead of grabbing it, I'm gonna show y'all right here on my screen. We're gonna do a share screen, and I'm gonna show y'all his bloody eye here. Okay, I have 50 million tabs up. Okay, here's the tab we're gonna share. Did a quick Google search because I was like, I don't know where this bloody eye thing is at. I'll show you this one. So I don't know if you could see it very well. Let me see if we can zoom in here. There we go. So if you look closely, I'm not even sharing it. My bad. Am I sharing? I'm not sharing it. I'm sorry. Hold on. Y'all like, what is she doing? Okay, there we go. So this is Ray J's apparent bloody eye. Yeah, that's weird. Oh my goodness. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments, please, because that's a weird one. That's a weird picture, period, because his tongue sticking out and everything. He doesn't appear to be hurt on that. But I do see a tear of what appears to be blood streaming down his eye. I mean, you would think if that is real blood, and I'm not saying he's lying or nothing like that, but if that is real blood that was streaming down his cheek, you would think that he would have went right away to the doctor, right? Wouldn't you think that? And you already know I'm Googling it. Ray J go to the doctor after performing with a bloody eye. It's not funny. This is very serious, actually. But I want to know, did he? I don't even know. Let me see. Okay, and it was a photographer that was trying to say that he had performed like that on purpose. But according to the reports, and as far as the heart condition that this was after he was because he was hospitalized with severe pneumonia. This was I want to say like a month ago or so. And then right after that, that's when the doctor had seen him and evaluated him, and they found out he had 25% heart function. And that's when he was saying that his doctor said he had until 2027. So, the photographer / videographer that had said this, he was, again, he was saying he did it for attention, but Ray J saying it wasn't, and it's hard. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything saying that he went to the doctor after that. I'm pretty sure he did, but it's not like out there in the public. I don't even know. This is a hard one. I feel like there's so much going on. I know, like on Freestyle Fridays, our host over there, Don Dada and Sean, they felt like, and I agree, if you have this going on with your health, you probably shouldn't be performing right now. You shouldn't be out there like that. That's how I feel as well. Prayers to Ray J. I do hope his condition improves and that, this is not just a publicity stunt. And unfortunately, it's gotten to the point where people are even thinking that just because of how he had been acting before. But I mean, there's a lot of, even though there is some, attention seeking out of his personality that you can tell, there is also a lot of genuineness. He just has a different way of delivering his messages. You know what I'm saying? So prayers to Ray J. I do hope he gets better, because that's really weird. But yeah, y'all, we have come to the end of the show. I do quickly want to give some announcements, because there are a lot of things going on and upcoming things going on. But some of the announcements I want to let y'all know about. Floetry, the rap duo, they have announced that they have a Say Yes tour. It's already out there with the dates and everything. So if you are fans of Floetry, make sure you check Floetry out. Let me put this on here so y'all can. Floetry Say Yes tour. And it's featuring Raheem Devine and Tidra Moses. So their tickets are already out there. Like, you can buy the tickets now. I suggest you get them real quick, because they're going to a lot of cities, but it's not like 50 million cities. So they're going to select cities where they have like large fan bases at. So make sure y'all grab those tickets early, get you some good seats, because I actually had a situation. I wanted to attend this one play out in Austin. I was not able to attend the play because I waited. It's actually going to be going on for another 2 weeks, but I waited so long to get my tickets. I don't even have an option to get tickets now. They're saying it's only waitlist only. So don't be like me. Please go ahead and get your tickets. because especially if if it's something you really want to see, it's best to get those tickets early. I do also want to speak really quickly on some new releases. So new releases for this week that we have down. Actually, this was from last Friday. Jimmy Fox released his song called Somebody. It's really catchy. I was thinking about doing a TikTok or reel for this song. I was like, man, this is super catchy, but I didn't. I might still. You got to be in a certain mood to do a TikTok off of this song though, because real slow. It's like that old school R&B slow. But just to support Jimmy Fox though, I was like, okay, I might do a TikTok on it or something like that. And then Jack Harlow, he announced that he has an upcoming album, and it's gonna be called Monica. Man, Jack Harlow, Jack, if you're listening, Jack, you cannot have an album called Monica unless you get a feature by Monica. Okay, I'm just gonna put it right there now. Please try to get Monica on this album. His album's gonna come out March 13th, which is really quick. So I would anticipate by the end of next week, maybe seeing a single drop from Jack. Definitely check out Jack Harlow. He's an artist that I am fond of for sure. And of course, we have another new release that came out, and that was Shinobi. Shinobi, who was on the show earlier this evening. Shout out to Shinobi. He actually had dropped a mixtape earlier this week. And his mixtape is called Street Stories Volume 1. So make sure y'all check him out and scroll to the very beginning of this show and make sure you check out his whole interview. It's really dope. There's so many other things. Oh man, I know I'm gonna every show, and I keep telling y'all, I say we're gonna have a segment just for the new releases because I always forget somebody. And there were tons. Oh, shout out to Pimmy. Pimmy showed us some love. Got to show love back to Pimmy. Pimmy dropped her new single, and it's called Foul, Foul. Make sure you check out Pimmy. She was featured on Drake and Party Next Door. Another one I have to, for sure, show love to. He showed love to us as well. J Don. Usher's artist, his R&B artist, J Don, he dropped a new single called Flamed Up. It's really tight. We have it in the #1 position over on our Millennium Z R&B playlist on HomeBase Radio. Please make sure you check out Jadon. He is, man, his last album. His album was called Me, My Songs and I. Dang, that album, the whole album. Y'all, the whole album. That's all I gotta say. I'm putting our ticker down below so you can actually check out what you should do if you are an artist and want to submit music over to us for HomeBase Radio consideration. We accept MP3s. We also accept song URLs because we have playlists over on Apple Music, Spotify, Audio Mac, Deezer, Amazon Music, Pandora. I think we got Pandora. Tidal. Yeah, we have playlists everywhere, so you can send us the song link, right? But of course, it's always best to send both the link and the MP3 because eventually we are going to start that phase of HomeBase Radio where we have the music on rotation. So music that's on our playlist right now over on Spotify, Apple Music. If we have the MP3s for those songs, we're also going to be having those songs in rotation on how it's going to work. It's like during certain hours. So like we'll be playing a playlist, like songs from a particular playlist during certain hours. And we're only going to play songs that are on the playlist. That's the catch. I'll have to do a whole video talking specifically about that because a lot of artists are not getting the word about that right now. And that's on me. I definitely got to let y'all know about that. But yeah, make sure you're submitting your music over to us. And the email to send the MP3s is homebasepromo@gmail.com. We accept MP3 submissions over there because we got the space on that one. But if it's like a sponsorship or something like that that you're inquiring about, go to our website, homebasepromo.com, or you can also just send an email if you don't want to look through the website. You can send an email to info@homebasepromo.com. And this show is every Saturday. Rep My Block shows every Saturday, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you definitely check us out. Always, leave comments. We comment back. There's still a video. It's a YouTube short that was posted 2 years ago. People to this day are still commenting under that short, and we really do read the comments and we go and reply. So we're very interactive on YouTube. Definitely don't ever hesitate to write us over on YouTube, because we'll definitely be looking at it and replying. And our Instagram, all of our platforms is at Homebase Promo. Instagram is dedicated more to like artists and business type. We have like that type of post over there. If you want the trending stuff, the trending is on our Facebook. So that's where our trending stuff is. We have 57,000 followers over there. And then we're also on Fanbase. Now that one is we're building that one up still. So Fanbase is where you want to go if you want to like get money from us. I'll just say get money. Not for real, because you can get some money from us. You really can. Because Fanbase, that's how Fanbase is made. If y'all don't know about Fanbase, make sure you look it up. Shout out to Isaac Hayes III, the founder of Fanbase. But yeah, Fanbase, if you want to get paid for show, go there. That's actually one of the only ways you can get paid from Homebase Promotions right now. It's through Fanbase. Now you can. I'm just playing, y'all. But yeah, I'm serious. We have funds uploaded to our Fanbase account. We're ready to give artists money over on Fanbase. So make sure you go to Fanbase, follow us over there, and if we like what we see over there, we will be sending y'all money over on Fanbase. Okay, I'll just say it right now. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. Again, my co-host wasn't here with me. Well, he was here earlier, but he had technical difficulties. He couldn't speak, but he could hear, which was really cool. I mean, not cool, but like, it was cool that he could hear, but not cool that he couldn't speak. So Grandmastar Bass Monstar will be back with us live and in your face next Saturday. And peace. It's been a pleasure. Y'all have a great rest of the weekend. Stay safe. And I'll see y'all next Saturday. Peace.